So I was praying, dear God, please get my movies made, or something. And what happened was that I heard an or something. I heard you should teach. I believe we're all creative, and I also believe that we can all be more creative. And so by using the artist's way, people are able to lean into their creativity. People will come up to me and say, your book changed my life. That's the sentence that I always get. And what I feel like saying is, no, you used the tools. You changed your life.
Her teaching has touched many, many people. But there's one in particular with whom I've spoken that I'd like to tell you about. And that is Brother Marty Shea. He was here to set up an exhibit of his photos chronicling his journey with the people of Guatemala. During those years, he kept a photographic record, but also kept a journal. He named it Save the Kids, Save Their Stories. It's filled with poems, profiles, prayers, and reflections of the people he serves and loves. When I spoke with him, Brother Marty simply said he couldn't have put together that journal without the help of the artist's way. When he found himself stopped or blocked, he kept going back to the methods and tools in the book and was able to move forward and finish the journal.
When someone who's officially on a spiritual path picks the toolkit up, it often works very well because they're already willing. On a spiritual path, you go through dark nights of the soul. And I think that my toolkit is very helpful for walking through difficult times. It refills the well that is being fished out of when you're trying to help so many people. One thing that I think is important is that it says, be a little bit selfish. And I think that is wonderful advice for people who are in the field, because they run the jeopardy of being burned out from overgiving. So this creates a balance. But I was stubborn. I wanted to be known for my art. So I called up a girlfriend of mine to tell her how disgusted I was with the guidance I was getting. I said, I prayed for guidance and I got told that I should teach. Isn't that ridiculous? When you make art, you're making an act of faith. You're in effect praying. I think when we don't pursue our creativity, we find ourselves feeling restless and irritable and discontent. And when we do pursue our creativity, we find ourselves feeling unexpectedly happy. So she called me back a minute later and said, you are now on the faculty of the New York Feminist Art Institute, which I had never heard of. And your first class meets this Thursday. I was delighted to get to come up here. I am the product of 16 years of Catholic education. It was wonderful. You could feel the open-mindedness of the audience. It was a pleasure to teach here.